14 Carolina meteorologist Matthew East. You have clicked onto East's weather video, and I wanted to cut a quick weather video dealing with the weekend storm system. And I am cutting this video here on Friday evening, and I'll show you what the surface map looks like across the lower 48 as of 6 p.m. And notice a big 1034 millibar high pressure sitting over Lake Superior. That is going to be moving eastward and into perfect cold air damming position there over southeastern Canada and northern New England. And we're going to see that high pressure wedging right down the eastern side of the Appalachians all the way down through the Carolinas. And right now, the air mass, not at all characteristic of a wedge, as we don't have the wedge in place yet. We have dew points. These are our dew point temperatures right now in the 30s and 40s across much of the region. But as that wedge sets up, those lower and cooler dew point temperatures off to the north will quickly advect or get pushed down our way, and we'll probably see a lot of teens for some dew points, especially in the northern part of North Carolina as we get into the morning hours on Saturday. All right, so let's take this frame by frame. This is the 18Z run of the NAM model. I think the NAM is handling the low-level temperature profile, the thickness profile is much better than the GFS, as is often the case when you're dealing with a wedge event like this. And here we are at 7 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday morning. That wedge very well established, a 1036 millibar high pressure there, sitting just east of the the northern Great Lakes region there, and wedging all the way down through the Appalachians, or east of the Appalachians, down through the Carolinas, and even down into northeast Georgia. We're seeing probably start off the day Saturday with a lot of cloud cover overhead. Snow falling over a good chunk of Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. Let's go now to Saturday evening, and we'll probably see the rain having pushed into our area by then. In fact, probably by early afternoon Saturday, we'll begin to see some light rain throughout much of the state. And it will be a very, very chilly rain with that wedge in place, the low dew points probably being in place as well. We'll see temperatures settling into the 30s and 40s as that rain begins to fall. So a very chilly rain, pretty light during the day tomorrow for Saturday, but by Saturday evening I think the rates of rainfall really pick up as we see that transfer of energy from the primary low back over the Ohio Valley to the coastal low. And there'll be a spot that gets lesser rain amounts, but it looks like there's a good chance we could see that band of heavier rain set up close to the Interstate 85 corridor. That'd be great news. We need that for sure. And as things look right now, we could pick up between a half and 1 inch of rain, maybe more, depending on exactly how that rain band sets up. But it looks like a period of moderate to even heavy rain for Saturday evening. Still a very chilly rain, the wedge still in place. The system then pulls away, and we're looking at big-time snows over the New England states, a strip of ice to the south of the snow area. And already by, this is now 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, we're seeing the freezing rain and rain mixture in the North Carolina mountains transition over to snow. And there'll be a pretty decent amount of upslope snows there as we go throughout the day on Sunday. There you are at early afternoon, snow falling in much of the Appalachians, and certainly very, very heavy snow falling in interior New England. If you have travel plans up that way this weekend, there will be some significant travel delays due to this system through the New England states. And then here we are finally on Sunday evening, that coastal low wrapping up there over, say, western parts of Massachusetts there near Long Island as well, that southern New England area. For the big cities along the coast, this will inevitably change over to a period of rain, it appears, but inland there is going to be a good thumping of snow from this, and still notice the backlash snows continuing in the mountains all the way down through the North Carolina mountains. Now, in the Piedmont, we do have a freezing rain advisory in effect for Surry County. That is in our Triad viewing area. And it looks like with that wedge in place, there will be a period of freezing rain coming up Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening in the northwest Piedmont and into the foothills. In those counties you see highlighted in purple there in northwestern North Carolina, we could very well see some icing on those elevated surfaces, especially such as trees and power lines. But I can't even rule out maybe some bridge and overpass icing if everything sets up like it could by later Saturday afternoon. So please bear that in mind. Keep it tuned to News 14 Carolina on television. We will keep you completely up to date. Outside of those counties highlighted in purple, looks like it'll be a close call, but I think our temperature stays just a little bit above freezing for much of the Triad and the Charlotte viewing regions. And so we are most likely just simply looking at a cold rain, and we'll hope to get a good amount of it. All right, down the road, wanted to show you this real quick. This is next Friday, or I should say overnight, next Thursday night into Friday. Next storm system moves through. It's looking like late Thursday and early Friday. We see another shot of rain. And then models have been pretty consistent with bringing another storm system through right around Christmas Eve. This is at 7 o'clock in the evening on Christmas Eve. Low pressure there over southeastern Georgia. High pressure over the New England states. Hey, who knows? Certainly nothing at all set in stone in this time frame, but something interesting to watch here as we go throughout the next week leading up to Christmas. All right, that's it for this edition of East Weather Video. Keep it tuned to News 14 Carolina on television for the very latest on this storm system through the weekend. And we'll have updates for you on the web at www.news14.com, and I'll post an update or two through the weekend as well on the blog. That's it for this edition of East Weather Video. Everyone have a great weekend, and God bless.